Okay, hi Nina. I hope this video finds you well. I basically am just gonna wing it. I haven't prepared or anything, but I just want to show you firstly like where we are with AS language. This is the spreadsheet that I created. You can just ignore this. Let me just hide this stuff because it's not relevant. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I told you about my videos, hey. Anyway, so this is basically where we are with AS language. As you can see, these blank spaces all had other people's names in them. Other people that are on the course, basically these guys. So what I've just done is I've just gone through and I've alternated your name and my name. So like bridging, I'll do week 1, you do week 2. Term 1, there's only 1 week, that's week 6. Term 2, you'll do week 1, 6, and 10. Term 3, you'll do week 8. I've tried to give you like a bit of a lesser load, but obviously if you burn through those in 5 seconds, which you may well do, then obviously we can look, and if I'm not done, then obviously we can look at, redistributing that. Then in terms of the edit, I've just again divided it up. So I've said you can edit the bridging, which is just the 3 weeks. I'll edit term 1. You'll edit term 2, and I'll edit term 3. So I would suggest like that's how we kind of attack this thing. Obviously 15th of December is our deadline to have everything finished in terms of content creation. Of course, if you and I want to work on the editing part of things over Christmas, there's nothing stopping us from doing so. Obviously, if Daniel's happy with your work between now and the 15th of December, I don't see that he's going to have any issue paying you the hourly rate, 8 hours a week, even if it is over Christmas. If I just go back to this thing that I created, that's the technical term, of course. I need to download a challenge, stop being stupid. Okay, let's open this dude. So he's taken off study skills. He says we'll worry about that next year, but information literacy needs to be edited, but the content is there. IGC Lit and Lang edited, IGC Business edited. The only one that still needs content created is AS language. So from my understanding, our deadline is the 15th of December to have the content creation on AS language done. In my opinion, I would include the editing of it simply because what you will find is that in certain weeks that are done in quotation marks, they're not. There's like one lesson with a bunch of text, no blended learning elements such as, oh look, I've written it there, isn't that funny? No blended learning elements like PowerPoints and videos, no submissions, no workshops, no fora, etc., etc. So if we look at this, which I've shared with you in your email, by the way, as you and I kind of taking this thing over, I would suggest our first thing to do is to get these weeks done. So once I've done that week, I will color it in green and we consider it done. Once you've done that week, we color it in green and we consider it done. Then we move on to term 1, term 2, etc., etc. So I would suggest, and you're welcome to say, no, bugger off, I want to do something else, but I would suggest that we first finish the content creation on AS Lang and we then move on to the edit of AS Lang. And we should aim to have all of that done no later than the 15th of December. If we finish early, which we may well, because I just have a feeling we're going to work well together, then we can, of course, move on to the other stuff, this stuff, Sorry, my mom and my daughter are playing outside in the puddles. Anyway, so that is my suggestion, and you can let me know if that's what you want to do. All right, so what do I mean when I say content creation and editing? So if we go to the AS language course, somewhere. Okay, if we go to the AS language course, here it is. We will see that this should all be fine, this beginning part. I think I looked at it. I could be wrong, but you're welcome to have a look at it as well. I think this PowerPoint's just not showing because I'm on a secure load and save scripts. Why not? There we go. Okay, we can do a bit of work on this if we want to. Oh, right. Okay, so first lesson 1 when editing. This little button here is your editing button. Okay, so if you push that button, you are now in editing mode. Okay, if you would like to have a look at any of this stuff here, you're very welcome to. This is the edit button for that section. Okay, but anyway, let's get on to a week so I can show you what to do. We can always come back to these little bits and pieces. Alright, so bridging week 1. Let's see. So bridging week 1 is me. Oh, and it does seem like I've actually done it, but let me show you what's what. So you asked me on WhatsApp just now, where do I get my schemes, etc. from? I think they're all, yeah, there's the syllabus. If you want me to email you the AS scheme, I'm very happy to do so. And essentially what I've done is I've created the learning objectives and success criteria for every week based on the Cambridge recommendation on the scheme of work. In fact, I think I did something like this. I did this basically. I took the scheme, the Cambridge scheme, the syllabus in the scheme, there it is, and sorry, that is a PhD that I'm editing, the one I told you about, that was giving me nightmares, there it is. Wait for my computer. Okay, so I took the scheme and I took each unit, there are 3 of them, I took each unit and I hoid it in there, and I used the scheme to create, I used the Cambridge scheme, there it is, to create my scheme there, which I then transferred onto COLLS using the suggested activities, these here. The learning objectives I used for, that's the wrong thing, okay, do it again. The learning objectives I used for the learning objectives and the success criteria. Okay, so basically when you're creating your content for each week, you want to make sure that you are answering these lesson objectives, that you are creating an environment in which the success criteria, can organically evolve, Nina. What a load of crap. Alright, here's your first week. Oh, and there's a lesson there already. Okay, so basically I'm on week 1, so this is how I would go about it. Right, so now I am looking at my lesson. Okay, so I'm going to open my lesson in a new tab because it always looks different when you are editing it and the finished product. Okay, so just by looking through this, you can see, it's not looking nice, huh? Alright, firstly, there's a big problem. Okay, I've asked Daniel to give you access to the staff page. No, don't do that now. Okay, don't do that now, please. Like you said, my videos are humor. Right. I've asked Daniel to give you access to the staff page, which is here. And if you go down to the lesson template in the staff page, you'll see that there's a very specific way that lessons should look. So we should have our heading, a picture between 350 and 500 pixels. I'll show you how to do that. And then your starter, your learning objectives, and your success criteria within that lesson. Okay. So if we look at this thing, we can see, okay, there's kind of a starter here, but then like, what's this now? And what's this here? Like, what is this crap, right? Okay, be prepared, because this is a lot of what you'll see. There's quite a lot of blended learning stuff here, so that's fantastic. Alright, so this is what I would do. Okie dokie, so here is how you get to it, my friend. Right, so you're going to click on your edit button over here, and you're going to say edit settings. Right. This will bring you to this page. This is your editing page. You then want to go down to the content. Okay, let's just see what this lesson is called, by the way. Types of texts. Okay, cool. I'm sure it has something to do with the lesson objectives. All right, what is this here? Learning objectives. Okay, here's some objectives. Great. Let's copy this. You may well see things like that. Right, so you want to toggle full screen mode because it's easier to work in big. Now, I just took those objectives and stuff, so let's just paste them in there so that we've got them. All right, so the first thing you'll notice that's missing is there's no, the first thing you'll notice is that the formatting is like all over the place. So the way I start when I'm going to format these lessons, I've pressed Control A so that everything is selected. If you push this button here, it removes all formatting. Okay, so now you're working just with what you need to be working with. All right, so let's go. Here we can see there's no heading. So first of all, we need our heading. So let's go, and then you can see on the staff template, your heading should be heading 1. So you go back to your page and you choose heading 1. Center it, types of text. Okay, now here's your image. That's fine. It's not the best image in the world. You can always just go, you know, Google is our friend and say types of text. And push images. And then choose one of those if you want to. But I'm going to stick with this one that's here. Okay, now this button here is your insert and edit your image. So you push that button and you go to your appearance. Now the maximum size you want your image to be is 500. If it looks too big, I often go down as low as 350. Okay, now as long as constrained proportions is selected, you don't need to worry about this box, only this box. So I'm going to make this one 500. Don't worry about that, and see how it looks. I'm happy with that. And then we center it. Beautiful. Looking better already. Right, so now learning objectives. First we need, before we get to learning objectives, as we can see on our template, we need our starter activity. I just copy and paste it, dude. You're supposed to like save the image. Anyway, I just copy and paste it. All right, now if you remember, there was a starter activity. Remember, Nina, we're not reinventing the wheel. We are, you know, using what is there. All right, so let's take this. All right, there's our starter. And let's put them there. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you should read through. Makes sense or doesn't. That's fine. All right, so now learning objectives. Let's go back here. And again, Daniel probably shouted at me, but I just copy and paste it. Right, learning objectives. That doesn't make any sense. Those are not objectives, those are questions. So to understand what a text is and to gain a, to begin to understand how textual meaning is created. And that's quite a big one in my opinion, but hey ho, what do I know? Right, and then we want our success criteria. So we take that, put them in here, and there they are. You know, hopefully they'll be met. Oh, look, here's more. Alright, so let's take that out. Oopsie, let's take that. Oopsie. Did you see what that said? It doesn't matter. Let's take that out, and that can be part of that. Alright, you are not part of that. Okay, go away. Thank you. Alright, so here's a whole whack of success criteria. There's far too many of them there, isn't there? I can make a critical informed response to text. No, you can't yet do that, surely. No, you can't do that. I have the interdependent skills of, maybe. I can use effective, creative, accurate. No, I mean, most sort of grown-ups can't do that. Hey, no. I have a firm foundation for further study of language. Yeah, maybe. This one's not bad. I can read with understanding and analyze text in a variety of forms. We'll keep that one. And I can appreciate the diversity of forms of, yeah, sort of. All right, that's okay. All right, so here's the beginning. What is the definition of a text? So this sounds like an introduction. So you can see here your subheadings should use heading 2. So let's put that one into heading 2. Fabulous. What is the definition of a text? Lovely. Let's take this guy out. Okay, goodbye. No, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Alright, visual text. This seems to me like more of a smaller heading than this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in heading 3. Oh no. Yeah, looks good. Right. Then here we go. See if you can identify. Okay, this is a task, I think. So again, go back to your staff portal. Look for your task thingy. There it is. Let's make this a task. So this is one of the things you want to look out for. As you saw with this week, let's just go back there. There's no assignments, there's no workshops, there's no discussion fora, etc. So that's a bit of an issue. So let's make this into something a bit more interesting. So you can see here, you've just got your lesson, right? So let's make a task. See if you can identify what all these pictograms mean and where you might see them. Contribute your answers. Okay, choose 5 of the above icons and contribute your answers to the forum linked below. Right, so now my dear, we've decided to put in a discussion forum. Okay, so you're going to use this icon. I'm going to copy him and I'm going to paste him. Right, paste. Did it work? Copy and paste. I just pushed Control V now, by the way. Alright, so now with these guys, as it says here, its icon is 50-50 and we, oh no, sorry, here we go. Yeah, for, oh, I don't know. Oh, anyway, I use 100 for these guys. So we format our picture, appearance, 100. We center. Alright, so let's go and create our forum. Let's turn editing on the second page. You'll see I usually work with 3 tabs open. My lesson template, the page I'm editing, and then the course, you know, just a third tab just to stuff around in really. Alright, so let's add a forum. Here we go. Oh, did you see what I did? Okay, so you go here to add an activity or resource. This time we are adding a forum. We push add. And what shall we call this? Pictograms. Right. So now we put a description of the forum. Please contribute your 5 pictogram meanings to this forum. You are required to comment on at least 1 post to complete the activity. I always try and get them to comment on at least 1 because the whole point of the forum is to get them talking to each other. Alright, so we click on display description on course page. I usually make it a forced subscription just because I don't know why. I don't give a grade for fora, they get grades everywhere else. Now this is the important one, activity completion. They can only show activity as complete when conditions are met. They can't mark it as complete themselves. So they must view it. They don't need to receive a grade. They must post discussions or replies. They must create 1 discussion and they must post 1 reply. Make sure that is not enabled. Okay, and we save and display. Right, now you want to take this link. I've said Control C. I'll do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. Copy. Now we go back here. We go to our picture that is selected. This is your insert and edit link. So you click on that guy and you paste your link. It's quite nice if it opens in a new window. So select that one and then say insert. Right, we've inserted our forum. Beautiful. I think I'm going to center this picture just to And let's add an instruction here. Please comment on at least one post stating whether you agree or disagree with the answer, with the analysis of the pictogram analysis, please. Anyway. Right, so what have we got here? Now we've got something else. Spoken text. What heading did we do? Visual text. We did it. Should we make this a bit bigger? I think so. Let's make this into heading 2. Spoken text. Let's do also heading 2. Great. Okay. Blah, blah, blah words. Hi, Mommy. My mom's home today. Sorry, Nina. All right, here's a video. So now we should have some kind of introduction. Here is something about it. So here we should have something. So when you want to put a video in, I'll show you where to learn how to do that. But there is an icon that we use for videos, which is here. So let's copy this guy and paste him in there. Right, and he should be 100. Ask her if she needs a wee, please.
What? Ow, do you need to do a wee?
Alright. Right, so here is listen to the speech from Sir Winston Churchill and note his trademark pace and tone, intonation. Where does he pause? There's an opportunity for that to be an assignment. But we'll see. I don't know. I think they've already done a forum. We've still got another lesson to go. Alright, let's enter that video. Alright, written text. Let's see. Heading 3. Oh, heading 2. Because we cannot comment on the pace, intonation. These are criteria. Okay. Because we cannot comment on the pace, intonation, emphasis, piece, writing, capitals to govern our reading, there are certain other criteria which we can interpret. We need to look at the following. Okay, let's put here, these are explained in the following PowerPoint. Take note of them. Okay, so let's put, there's also an opportunity for a task here, Nina. Okay, let's just get this guy. So, okay, PowerPoint is this guy. So we copy that guy and we control V him in there. Okay, and let's enter the PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm thinking just because we've had a video here, I think we can say jot down some comments on the style of speaking regardless of the content of this. Save your work for submission later. Okay, then let's go to the PowerPoint. Let's see what's actually in here. I've got no idea. Okay. Okay, purpose, audience. Okay, cool. So let's do this. So let's say at the top here. Okay. Note down the important aspects of these of the PowerPoint. It's not great phrasing. Underneath your work on Churchill's speech. Alright, then let's go here. This should be bold. It should be bold. Okay, now I actually have these common phrases saved on sticky notes. So I've got here. You okay? Okay, so I've just got that, and I say submit your answers to your facilitator using the submission link underneath this lesson or by clicking here. Right, so now we need to create an assignment. So let's go back to our course. Sorry, this video is so long now. Hey, Okay, so our work on pictograms has appeared. Fantastic. This little cross here, if the page ever loads, is how you move your different elements. We'll just give it 7 years roughly to load. Alright, so let's leave that go for now because it's taking a long time. Alright, so let's create an assignment. And this is work on spoken and written texts. In the description, as I say, I've got these common things saved on sticky notes. Please use this link to submit your answers to your facilitator, and then we want to display that on the course page. Now this is quite tricky, so you'll probably come back to this a couple of times. Availability, because there's students from all over the world doing it at different times, just disable that so they can really do it whenever the hell they want to. Feedback types, I like to leave myself open, so I like to select feedback files and comment inline just so I can do whatever I want, really. Submission settings, they should click the submit button. They should have 2 attempts to pass. So they can reopen it twice and they can have 2 attempts to pass. This is not a group assignment. Notifications, notify graders, yes. That means when someone submits, you will be notified, and I think I'll be notified. And then just click this to no because they get irritated if they are told. Okay, then the grade, let's make that 20, I don't know, ish, 10 for each one. Okay, this is all fine. Use marking workflow, select yes. And then finally, activity completion. Conditions are met, they must view it, they must receive a grade, and they must submit. Okay, save and display. I've copied that. And now I've selected the word here. I've made it bold. I'm choosing my link. Control V. Open in a new window. Okay. And then, my dear, we are done. Okay, so I clicked there. I toggled out of full screen. And now I'm going to push save and display. And there we go. That is what it looks like now. Starter, learning objectives, success criteria. Lovely, lovely. If they click on this, it'll take them to the forum. And then they can watch the little video. Then they can watch the PowerPoint. And then they can submit their assignment. Okay, so the very last thing to do is then to go, once you're happy with all of that, then you go back to the week in question. And you just want to move your stuff into the right order. Sorry, I'm just waiting for it to, yeah. Oh. Great, let's push stop. Thank you. Why can't I do it? Alright. Sorry, Zim Internet, huh? Oh, dearie me. Why is it taking so long? I wonder if my internet's died. Maybe. Damn, man, that's really irritating. Oh, no, don't do that. No. Okay, listen, I'm sure you get the picture. That, oh no, I hate when it wants to do these things now, because I don't think, oh my living. Where did everything go? Scary. Stop doing that. Okay, so essentially, dude, what you do, it's not going to let me do it now, I don't know why, but you will then move, obviously, this forum to under type of text, and then you move it right. Very frustrating, they won't let me do it. So yeah, so you essentially want lesson 1 and then your discussion forum on pictograms and your work on spoken text underneath that. I really don't know why it won't let me do it. That's very irritating. Okay, so that's basically what you're going to do. I hope that makes sense. If you do want to, I'm sure you don't want to yet start embedding stuff and everything else, but if you do want to, if you go to the staff portal, you'll see that Daniel has a whole bunch of videos here, embedding a video, embedding a PowerPoint, hiding a solution to a question. But I'm pretty sure that what I've given you in that very long-winded video is probably enough to be getting on with. And yeah, you know where I am. If you need any help or you have any questions, just let me know. And I'm here to, here to help, really. And then, of course, also just let me know if you're happy with what we've decided in terms of the breakdown of work over here. Okay. All right, I'm going to sign off. And, yeah, let me know if you need anything. Cool. Good luck, my friend. Take care.